So hello, my name is Alex, and today we will look at the main difference between two programming languages, Python and C++. So first of all, we need to create two programs, one in Python language. In this I will do using Visual Studio Code, and in window on my left side Python program, and on the right side is a window for C++ code. So Python is a very simple language, and it has a very straightforward syntaxes, and the simplest function is a print function. This function just outputs the one line of text. So let's call a print functions and provide as an argument some text. Let's type Python. Okay, let's run. Okay, it's working. And now we try to create this simple program in C++. Is not so simple as this was in Python, because we first need to include some helping libraries. We need to specify namespace. We need to define a main function. Main function is a starting point from all C++ programs. So now let's run and see, is it working? Yes, it's worked. Okay, so now let's define some variables. In Python it's very simple. We just need to provide a variable name and assign to it some variable, and we also don't need to specify types of these variables. So let's print these variables and see if it works. Okay, it works good. Now let's do the same thing in C++. So if we just copy paste, it will not work, because in C++ we need to explicitly specify and types of all variables, and add a semicolon in the ends of all strings and on all lines, and we also need to include helping library to use strings in our code. So okay, now let's output these variables. Okay, let's run this code. We just need to end line. And now it's working nice. Okay, so Python is a dynamic typing language, and this allowed us To change the type of variables, just that simple. And if we print this variable, we can see that this all works. And we also let's print types of these variables. Okay, and now we can see that variable x in the beginning was a type int, and then it became a type string. And in C++ we can't do this because C++ has a static typing, and it's not allowed to change types of variables over its lifetime. So these programs will not compile. Let's see it. And we see an error. So in C++ we cannot convert one variable of one type to a variable to another type just by assigning its as we did this using the Python languages. This is the main differences between these two languages. So and now I just want to add a window with a program in a C# language, and I want to create a Hello World application in C#. It's very similarly to C++ code. And first of all we need using statements which include a necessary library. In our case it's library named systems. And then I need to create a class, because every variables and methods must be included inside a class in C#. And as in C++ language, in C# we also need to define a function with name main. It's an entry point to our program, and to output a string we just use a writeLine method. So let's output an hello C#. To run this code we just need to type .NET run. The programs runs without errors, and we see an output as we expected. So now let's create variables. In C# language we also, as in C++ language, need to define types for our variables before we assign a value to it. So let's define two variables, one with type int and one with type string. let's assign some text to this variable, and to output we just use a built-in method writeLine. Let's run our code. And as we can see, it runs correctly, and we see what we expect. And now let's try to assign a variable of one type to a variable of another type, and run this program to check if C# language allow to do it for us. And now we have a error because C# is like C++ language, has a static typing system, and it's not allowed to assign a variable of one type to a variable of another type. So for first lesson this all. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you later. Bye.